I was babysitting my neighbor's kid, but I quit after seeing what he drew. My neighbor, Maria, had just adopted a stray dog. She named him Shadow and asked me to watch him while she went out for the night. The pay was good, so I agreed, even though I was a bit creeped out by how much Shadow resembled Samara from The Ring. Still, it was just a dog, right? So I changed into one of Maria's son's old t-shirts, and we got Shadow a big bone and settled in to watch a movie. Little did I know that we would be watching way more than just the film. Every half an hour or so, I would hear footsteps coming down the hallway towards my room. At first, I assumed it was the wind, but then I started hearing scratching noises at my door. It sounded like someone or something was trying to get in. Of course, I was scared, but I didn't want to admit it to myself because I knew if I showed fear, Shadow would sense it and try to attack. So I grabbed a pillow and pretended to sleep while the footsteps and scratching got louder. Then suddenly, the doorknob turned and the door opened slowly. I screamed as a small figure emerged from the darkness. It was Maria's son, Danny. He looked like a ghost in the dim moonlight. "Why are you in your room, Danny?" I asked, hoping my voice didn't shake. "I couldn't sleep," he whispered. "Do you want to see something cool?" Danny held up a piece of paper with a drawing on it. On it was a picture of the front door with a giant axe sticking out of it. My eyes widened in disbelief. Was this creepy drawing some kind of warning? Had Danny been planning something terrible? I had so many questions, but before I could ask any, Danny turned off the lights and we both stared at the drawing. Then the lights flickered and came back on. Danny looked at me, his face pale. "What?" I asked. "That's not good," he said, pointing at the drawing. "What isn't?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "You're not supposed to draw the future," he whispered. "If you do, it comes true." My heart skipped a beat. Was this kid telling me that he had drawn what would happen to me? I felt a chill run down my spine. Danny took another piece of paper and drew a picture of the front door with a giant axe sticking out of it. It was the exact same drawing as before, except now there was a red X through it. "What does that mean?" I asked, my voice trembling slightly. Danny shook his head. "It means disaster," he whispered. Suddenly, I heard loud banging on the front door. Danny and I looked at each other in horror. We both knew that drawing had just come true. Just then, Maria came running into my room, her face pale. "Danny, what have you done?" she cried, rushing to his side. "Why did you draw that?" Danny shook his head again, tears streaming down his face. "I didn't mean to," he whispered. Maria cradled him close, then turned to me, her eyes wide with fear. "Get out of here," she whispered urgently. "Please, just get out of here." As I ran out of the house, I could hear Maria screaming inside. What had that kid drawn this time? As I got away from the house, I turned back to look at it. That's when I saw it. In Danny's final drawing, I saw myself lying on the ground in front of the house, covered in blood, and above me, I saw Shadow standing over me, his eyes glowing red in the darkness. I screamed and ran away as fast as I could, never looking back. This story is scary because it shows us that sometimes the things we don't believe in can hurt us the most. It also reminds us to be careful of the people we trust because they may not always be who we think they are. Finally, it teaches us to never give up hope because no matter how bad things seem, there is always light at the end of the tunnel.